Hello friends, welcome to Shallows Artistry. In the previous video, we saw the harvest from our terrace garden. In this video, we'll be seeing how and from where we can collect the natural seeds and how to make natural fertilizers and pesticides at home. Before that, let's see the remaining harvest. This time we have got some rich gourd and the yield was also good. In the previous video, I've mentioned about beans plant, but as it started to grow, I realized it to be cluster beans. Totally, we had 3 plants, and this is the first harvest we got from that. Now let's see what's the right kind of soil needed for a terrace garden. Take any kind of soil that's available in your place and mix dried cow dung, goat manure, ash and dried leaves along with this. Use this as a base soil while planting. You can also add some dried leaves and grasses to reduce weight and make sure that you don't use finely powdered soil. Always use a loose soil. The more the soil is loose, the more the roots will spread and grow well. Now let's see from where we can get organic seeds. You can get organic seeds from any country drugstore that's nearby, or you can also get it online. You'll get it in a Ziploc cover or a brown color cover. Store it in a dry place. If you have already harvested any vegetable, you can remove the seeds and reuse it for the next harvest. You can also do this by using vegetables that you get from the market. Let it dry or ripe completely. Then cut and remove the seed and dry it and store it in a Ziploc cover. This is inexpensive and very easy to do. Now let's see some natural fertilizers that we regularly use for our garden. So the first one is an NPK fertilizer. This is dried tea leaves. If you have added sugar and milk to it, please wash off thoroughly before drying, and this has to be used only once in a month. The second one is eggshells. You can crush it or grind it into fine powder and use it once in a month for calcium supplement. For better results, dig it and use it as it takes long time to decompose. The next one is a liquid NPK fertilizer. For making this, take a bottle full of water and add banana peel into it. Close the bottle tightly and keep it aside for a week. Our NPK fertilizer will be ready to use after a week. Filter it and use it once in 3 to 4 weeks. If you can't bear the decomposed odor, dry the banana peel in sunlight and use it as a dry fertilizer than liquid fertilizer. You can also use dried goat manure once in a month. Here's another NPK fertilizer. I've dried some drumstick leaves in shade and ground it into fine powder. It's rich in NPK and it can be used once in 15 to 20 days. Or you can also grind it along with water and spray it on the plants. Next one is Panchakavya. It's a combination of 5 products from cow such as cow milk, cow dung, cow's urine, ghee and curd. Dilute 1 portion of Panchagavya to 10 portion of water and spray it on the plant's leaves and flowers once in every 10 to 15 days. It will reduce the flowers from falling and helps all the flowers to fruit. Now let's see some natural pesticides. This is neem oil. Mix it with water and spray it on the infected area. It doesn't leave any chemical effect on the plant, but it should be diluted and not to be used daily as it can damage the plant if it goes overdose. You can also remove the infected leaves manually. Focus on the insect and spray it. Thoroughly rinse the leaf stem and lower side of the leaves with neem oil. The next one is fermented rice water. You can mix rice and water in a container and let it rest for a week. Filter it and spray it on the infected area to kill the pest. Always dilute it before spraying, and it not only serves as a pesticide but also is a good fertilizer to boost plant growth. This solution is very sticky, so the insect cannot move and it dies out there. The right time to spray insecticide is during morning or evening so it doesn't get exposed to sunlight. Also, during this time, bees and pollinating insects will not be affected. The next one is sour buttermilk pesticide. Leave a bottle of buttermilk to ferment over a week and dilute it with water. Spray it on the infected area to remove the pest. So guys, please do not use any of these fertilizers or pesticides very frequently. There should be at least a minimum of 1 week gap between the dosages. Last but not least, let's see the importance of flowers in vegetable garden. Always grow flowering plants amidst kitchen garden to attract pollinating insects like bees and butterflies. It's best to go for bright colors like yellow and orange color flowers. Flowers are one of the most ignored but an important part of vegetable garden. If you like this idea, give a thumbs up to my video and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more such videos.